LeBron has had a fantastic season, but he's still trailing Giannis Antetokounmpo in the MVP race. But both guys are putting up big numbers, with Giannis edging LeBron in points, rebounds, and shooting percentage, while LeBron leads the NBA in assists and is shooting better from three. All right, we've asked this before, but we'll ask it again. Think LeBron can catch Giannis in the MVP race?
I still don't think he can. I don't think he's as motivated as Giannis to get the MVP. I think he's going to die on the shield, on the sword of a title, but not as an MVP. His minutes are down from last year, which was career low in minutes. So he's doing his own version of load management, and on defense, he's better this year, but still picks his time. Dribbles slower than the average point guard, bringing it up to kind of conserve himself. And it's a shared experience with AD. LeBron, at times, is not the best player on his team, even though he's LeBron, the greatest player we have right now. So, no, I don't think he's fully motivated.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, I do too.
You do? Oh, y'all think
he's the best player on his team?
He's better than AD?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
every night.
Well, I watch a lot of games. Every night?
Every night.
Every night?
Even on his off nights. Even on his off nights this year.
I think the Lakers had no AD last year, and they had LeBron, and they were in no way in this position that they are now. I think AD is not getting... That's my point. It's a shared experience. So you're going to say, oh, I think it's AD. No, I think it's LeBron. That's the problem. That's why you won't MVP.
I'll go you one better. He's a better player than Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Who's this? AD?
LeBron. No, LeBron James. LeBron James.
Oh, my God.
All the things that LeBron does, and this is why I do believe that he has a chance of winning MVP. Now, the Lakers are going to have to make this a race for the best record. I've done this long enough that I know how the voters look at things. And when it gets this close, they start to look at numbers. And how do the respective teams do? It may not have anything to do with it, but the reality is that becomes a factor. Then they go down the list of where their statistics are. Everything's close, but I got to take a look at LeBron James leading the league in assists and how that makes the rest of that team better and what we thought of that team at the beginning of the year. So if the Lakers can make this a race for the best record, then certainly LeBron has a chance. He's on the outside looking in, but I cannot close the door on the possibility of him winning it.
I agree. And I think we have to not dismiss how important the last impression is. When I'm talking about down the stretch, what happened? I remember 2017, the year Russell Westbrook won MVP. For most of the year, I was telling people I was going to vote for James Harden. I even told some of the Rockets officials I was voting for James Harden. Then Russ with the last 2 weeks, just went on a tear, you know, the triple-doubles, but it was hitting game winners. The last impression, I gave my vote to Russ. Of course, some of the Rockets officials, they were mad at me, rightfully so. What I mean by that is, like, Milwaukee, they've been in cruise control all season long. They don't get a lot of buzz, you know? And so the Lakers, they're going to be on everybody's radar all the time, even the media. So if LeBron and the Lakers string away some big wins down the stretch, I don't even think necessarily even catch Milwaukee for the best record in the NBA.
Right.
But if they just make it close, last impression, I think he has a shot.
I'm not sure if LeBron has to do any more than what he's done so far this season. If he just finishes this out and they're within 4 games of Milwaukee in terms of record, because, again, at some point, somebody's going to say, look, man, the West is harder. It's a better division. He's been playing tougher competition. And then the other thing, the reason why I think he can catch him and why I agree with Rick, he's a better player, everything I see LeBron do, even last night, I go, you know what? He can do that in the postseason as well. When his impact will be immense in the postseason against every opponent. When I watch Giannis, I just go, well, we'll wait to see the postseason and see what that really looks like. And I'm just that experience, and that's why last night was important. He was effective against Toronto last night, led him to a victory. But the stench of the Toronto series from last year is still in my mind. I think it'll be in voters' minds. You can trust what you see from LeBron. It shows up in June, May, it'll show up in October if they played in October. With Giannis, I'm not so sure.
Well, Giannis is working on that fadeaway. Giannis is working on that turnaround, and it's working because Milwaukee found out, oh, Giannis, a little less. 1919 went out there and beat Toronto in Toronto. Here's the thing. Just slightly, let's talk about AD, what he brings to this team, and the blocks, which leads to defense, which is why the Lakers really are better this year, because defensively they're so long, and it's just the rim protection. Anthony Davis is leading that charge, who is also the leading candidate probably for Defensive Player of the Year, along with Giannis. Depends on how you want to play it. So we always lean offensive, and we talk about LeBron being the best player. We never think about why this team is really better this year. And it's not because of just offensive production, and LeBron leads the league in assists. I respect that. Here's the thing. Giannis has better numbers this year than he did when he won the MVP last year, and his team is better this year. And y'all trying to say he ain't going to win the MVP this year? I want to hear the logic. Anybody?
We didn't say he's going to win.
Oh, okay.
We just said
I'm going to tell you why. It's all because of the Toronto series in the postseason. To me, what happened to him in that series tainted his MVP.
That's prejudice right there.
Well,
that's not a part of the voting consideration.
You're right.
That's prejudice
You're right.
right there.
But the reality is, all those things factor in. You can say it shouldn't be. You can say you need to look at it through a prism. But the reality is, voters look at it, and they don't want the embarrassment of going back to Dirk Nowitzki, winning MVP, and then getting knocked out in the first round, where everybody looks at it and says, "Well, we got this wrong." They want to know that they're voting for the guy. It may be a regular season award, but the guy who's going to have a chance of being
the other thing, Marcellus, with us all being journalists or whatever, we love narrative and story. And LeBron's story is better than Giannis's story. It's
this year, or are you talking about in totality?
This year and damn near every year.
All right,
I give you totality.
Okay.
But this year?
Okay,
Really?
all right, even
a guy who can get over the hump and his success leads to championship success?
listen to what he says. This year, do most people talk about Milwaukee?
No.
That's part.
What
that's
year
part.
do they ever talk about Milwaukee? What we going
No, but especially now, because the feeling is that, look,
Empty
we've
calories.
seen this before.
Yeah,
we
empty
saw
calories.
this last year, and
get
they
it.
basically got swept out by Toronto in that series. So
So you
it's
vote
a
for
little bit
LeBron, and
of
then guess what? They get swept out by the Clippers.
No,
What's the difference?
but the narrative, again, to go back to the narrative, we've never seen what LeBron is doing. At his age, in this deep, no one, I'm just saying.
Here we go with this Drew Brees
with this
MVP
team.
Legacy Award. How did that end?
And again, when you go back to the narrative, I'm just telling you.
Here we go.
The Kobe Bryant tragedy plays into this. LeBron, the Lakers are, and I came into this season just like you, thinking the Clippers were going to be the story in the NBA. LeBron and the Lakers have overshadowed all of that. This season has been about the Lakers.
Yes.
When people think about this season, it's the Lakers, Kobe. Hand the MVP to LeBron. He's in year 17. He's put up incredible. Look, man, I was very skeptical. Didn't think. I'm the guy that says the Hollywood James experiment's not going to work. I'm hoping the Clippers bail me out on that, but it don't look promising. LeBron and the Lakers have it going on, and it wouldn't shock me if the voters, again, it was no different. Steve Nash got MVPs off of narrative over Shaquille O'Neal when Shaquille was clearly better. LeBron's got a hell of a narrative.
Don't make me nerd out up here, because we count all the counting numbers, the easy ones, rebounds, assists, and points, where LeBron still loses to AD in 2 of those 3 categories. But then let's get deeper. PER, win shares. Who do you think is having more impact on the Lakers? Oh, he gets quiet again. It's not even LeBron James. So, look, the shared experience, I think you guys are really minimizing. That's going to, outside of L.A. borders, they're going to think, oh, AD's there too, which robs LeBron a little bit, and then Giannis.
I just want to ask you, I'm not trying to nitpick.
Let's go.
But are you thinking in the minds of the voters?
No, of course not. You know me.
So again, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking about last year when I'm voting this year.
But I'm thinking in the minds of voters, and I just think...
I know. I agree with you.
You can go and look, and they have all those stats and numbers, but I just don't think people are going to be sitting there going, well, he shared it with AD, and AD's a big part of the deal, and maybe AD was better than him 35 or 40 of the games, blah, blah, blah. They're going to sit there and go, damn, LeBron James is dominating the league.
At that age. And I'm old when I'm voting, so the voters are old, and they're going to get
let me I have a confession to make. So let me say, I am thinking about the narrative of how I think other voters
Are you a voter?
Vote. I am a voter.
Oh,
but I'm going to say this, just to make it clear. I do think so far Giannis is the MVP, and I think it's his to lose. But I would say, it's just a little personal note. Giannis is Giannis' girlfriend, Mariah Riddlespringer. That's my cousin. Both from Fresno. So, you know, they just had a child. So that's my little cousin right there. So I want to make this clear, Giannis, I'm not saying LeBron should get the MVP. I'm just saying that it's a long season. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It is too long.
Go ahead.
Too far away to be thinking about Christmas already in that present you ain't
I'm glad I made that clear. That's all.
Shane's taking care of personal business right here. Let me just
That's it. That's all.